Because obviously, remember, the narrative around him is supposed to be like that he thinks he's like Uzi and he's just demanded all the resource all the time and everyone has to play for him. Like, is there any truth to that?
A bit, yeah. Like he was very, you know, he probably is like very cocky and very selfish with the resources. But honestly, like I don't think it's like bad when you're playing AD carry because like I feel like most of the time, like most metas, you know, you need to have like a good AD carry, or like at some point the AD carry is gonna be able to like 1v9 the team fights, you know, and that's what he's doing right now in Fnatic. I do think like he's winning so many games for Fnatic, you know, and yeah, while maybe his personality or attitude doesn't seem that easy to work with, I do think it is the right personality for his role. And I think it makes sense. It makes it easier to like demand the resources because you know like he's gonna do it. Yeah, I think just like now when I think back on it, I don't think I think I was like too open-minded because like you know I had Alphari, I had Nukeduck, I had the upsets, so like they were the superstars, you know, and like well maybe I could have been considered. I think I was considered like a superstar as well, but like in my eyes like I was like kind of too humble. Like I saw myself like as another like really good player, you know, and I want to set up my carries to win. And I think that was like the biggest mistake of my Origin year, where I did not play enough or I didn't take enough initiative for myself and like kind of be more demanding and more assertive with how I want to play the game and how I see the game. And yeah, it was like a very bad year, but I think it has taught me a lot about myself and how I wanna be with the teams moving forward.
I mean, what you're saying makes a lot of sense because, like, as I just set up there, if Alphari's like super obsessed with winning lane, he's going to want the jungler to come. If Upset wants to get the resources and get ahead in lane to win, he's going to want the jungler to come. They're the opposite sides of the map. And then in the middle of the map, Nukeduck, who, by the way, is probably one of the most famous players of all time for knowing exactly how he wants to play the mid lane out. So, like, it sounds like you were just being ripped apart across the map. Like, you can't service every lane, right?
Yeah, that's what was happening. And like my biggest problem was that I was not a big enough, or like I wasn't dominant enough to like say go fuck yourself, I'm going to this lane, I'm gonna do this thing, or I'm gonna do this for myself, you know. I was like too willing to help top, help bot, help mid, but it doesn't work, you know. You cannot do that because then it just becomes like a shit fest and you actually you end up not doing anything in reality.
Sure. Oh yeah, just to touch on the Nukeduck angle, the other part that's a bit sad about the fact that this was the year you played with him is he himself would even admit in the summer that was the part where he was having all those problems sleeping and his game went to shit basically. People might know that was actually the down period and he only got it back when he came to XL basically. So was the way the Origin team ended, it sounds like, because the other factor I'll throw in, this isn't flame, it's just a fact, is if people don't know, I think even to this day, don't you guys like actually still live in Denmark and then fly to like Germany for LCA? You don't actually stay in Germany right now, right? In Australis?
So in Australis, we were in Denmark and we were flying every week, yeah.
Yeah, and you were doing this in Origin, right?
In Origin, we did that as well in Springfield, but then in summer, COVID hit, so we didn't do it anymore.
Ah, right. Okay.
Want to see more cool, funny, interesting clips based on topics from my content? Well, subscribe to this channel then, or, you know, be a pleb and don't.